Has anyone here spoken to Stuart?
I reached out right after the arrest, but I didn't hear back.
I tried to call him too.
I'm sure you did,
yeah.
just like
but
you
when
tried
he
to
pled
call
guilty, I thought, you know,
my former person.
he's pleading, and Jen's gonna be like, there's a chance that he's just gonna take it, own it, and this will be Jen's vindication.
I mean, this was someone who you described as being so close to you. It had to.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I've told you this, but I want to tell you again that, you know, I appreciate you sticking with me through the bad times, the good times, and I hope you realize too, like the sacrifices I made, they're to take care of you and your family.
I've seen that, and I know that you'll always be there, and I'll always be here for you.
To have someone close to you and then told one day out of the blue you can't talk to him anymore, that's hard.
How did it feel watching the women discuss how you paid for things like lavish parties and the Shaw Squad?
I have had a lot of questions around Jen's lifestyle. Like, it intrigues me of where she gets all of her money and all of her things from.
Like throwing down an $80,000 birthday party for Meredith.
I knew some people were full of shit a year ago. Like Lisa, you brought up to me, she came to me and she's like, I just want you to know people are questioning where you get your money from. And I'm like, why?
Well,
because I'm brown and Stu's black, and you guys don't know, and so you gotta put down like a successful people of color.
I didn't say I questioned you. Don't direct that at me.
But I said the only time I ever heard it,
the only thing I ever said, yeah, we all talked about it. Like I've heard like. You guys all said it.
I never had a conversation.
I've never had a conversation.
You guys have said it.
I don't count other people's money. I've talked about not understanding your business, but I've never counted your money.
So what was your motive in telling Jen that people were questioning where she got
was
her
wondering
money?
why everyone was always against her, and I go, I think that they think things don't add up. There was no motive. It was just a direct
But why does nothing add up? Like, what did I do that it doesn't add up? Because I have nice
Ask
jeans?
everybody else. Don't ask me, because I didn't say it.
Yeah,
You told
I've
me,
never
though.
had a friend
I
that
told you
spends
that other
much
people
money.
said it. Ask them.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, Whitney,
Yeah,
why?
no, I have to say this. I never questioned your success. You are smart. And I know people that you used to work with, and they speak very highly of you. Like, that you're very intelligent. Yeah.
You know?
I feel bad that you feel like we were questioning, like, your success. That's not what I questioned. I just have never had a friend at your level that has spent money that way. Like, that's new for me.
You said in your audition that you spend like $50,000 a month on things.
My husband travels a lot. There are like 20 pieces of luggage when we travel, and like maybe 17 are mine.
I'm telling you, boy, she two types of crazy now.
I probably spend at least 50 grand a month.
My wife's shopping habits can be, in and of themselves, a daily source of my drama.
So that seems like a lot to people. Well, Whitney, you were also speculating about Jen's business practices in the van, and a lot of viewers wondered how you knew so much about fraud and money laundering.
It's a good question. One, I was just reading the indictment, and two, like I said, I do know someone that she used to work with, and it was explained to me.
You were able to explain what legal lead generation is.
She buys people's information, she sells that
That's like this
information.
simplistic way of...
Yeah, but it's just lead nurturing is what it is. She gives companies leads.
The entire way that people do online marketing is through legal lead generation. And that's when you opt in on a website or opt out of like your data being used.
So how is that different from what Jen is being accused of?
I don't know, but I do know that there's a big gray area. Like, people can be practicing something and be unaware that it's breaking a rule.
Jen, what did you think of Whitney's assessment of your business?
It's not accurate.
Was it? But what she said about lead generation was accurate.
I know, but I don't do lead generation. I do
Okay,
data
so that
monetization.
was, okay, okay.
How do you define data monetization?
Monetization is generating money from data, a name and a phone number.
So the accusation is that you're selling information about people who are elderly or somehow impaired, who are then being roped into paying for things. That's the accusation?
I can't comment on it.
Courtney Dione thinks you are a flip-flopper, Whitney. 1 minute you're persecuting and investigating Jen, and the next you're offering your support. Did you feel like she was a flip-flopper once you watched it?
When I watched it, I was surprised to see, obviously I didn't know. When we were going through it at the moment, I felt like you were supportive.
Yeah, it took me a minute to figure out how I was going to show up for you. Because when you hear all of this information about a friend, I don't care who you are. It rocks your own moral code. Like how
But
am
it
I going to
shouldn't
show
if
up
you're
as
a real
friend?
friend. If
But
I
Jen,
must not be your
the
friend.
I made the choice to show up for you. Okay. And questioning it and
Well, the things you
showing
said
up
afterward hurt not only me, it hurt my husband, and it hurt my boys.
What though?
On Watch What Happens Live.
What did I say or do?
It wasn't positive. Like, you were like, I don't know.
I don't know, Jen.
As more information came out, I was pretty certain one of them had to have been involved. I worry for Jen and her family. I don't think that this is good for Jen.
But I'm taking your word for it. Like you say you're innocent.
But if you
supporting
believe
me.
me,
horrible and said a lot of horrible, cruel,
Jen,
ridiculously
that
bad
same
things. And
that same
no one
week
did.
you hashtag Mary was right and
because you
slandered me
called
on
my
Twitter.
husband a sugar daddy, and you put me
You
and the
called-
work
but-
I've done down, and my husband. That's disrespectful to Sharif.
I said
racist.
maybe she has a sugar daddy. Whitney, John D wants to know if you ever questioned or suspect Jen's business practices.
So I've never questioned if what she was doing was legal or not.
Okay.
I questioned the lifestyle, the amount of money. I always thought she had a sugar daddy.
Okay.
To be honest with
that
you,
was
I never.
not Coach
no,
Shaw.
no, I honestly thought someone was just giving her money.
I mean, after
situation
everything
lighter.
that's gone on, you're upset about her saying maybe she has
No,
a
because
sugar
she-
daddy? That's just
you
a funny
said-
joke.
you-
No.
You
sugar
say
daddy,
jokes
Jen.
like that too, Jen.
I'm doing
That's
it now
not a
because I'm
beef.
trying to make a joke out of what you said.
But
Do you feel like
called
she
the
hasn't
jeweler
showed up
sugar
for you?
daddy.
You're finding in one specific detail, but overall,
No, this is what I'm
has
talking.
she not
Can I
sho-
talk, please?
Coming up,
You know what the docket is, and I've explained this to you, so don't
Bitch,
go
don't
hard
talk
on me
to
right
me
now.
about fucking docket. I know what it
bitch.
is.
Then you should understand, and you shouldn't be going this
What are
hard.
you even talking
don't
about,
call me
docket?
bitch. Don't call me bitch.
Bitch.
Do you feel like she hasn't showed up for you? You're finding in one specific detail, but overall,
No, this is what I'm
has
talking.
she
Can
not
I
sho-
talk? Please.
Yes.
What it feels like on my end is like, hey, Jen, we can treat you like because you should be happy that you even have a friend that shows up 60%. So if we on you, it's okay because you need all the friends you can get right now. That's the message I get. That's not fair, and that's what I'm talking about.
Well,
I don't
you
deserve
on me,
that.
and I still showed up for you.
And we worked
So
through
that's
it.
the truth of it.
But why does it keep coming up?
It hasn't. I didn't bring it up.
Every day, today you
Ask Andy why it's still coming up.
today you said too. You're like, Jen's always I know you guys remind
I
me
didn't say
constantly.
Jen's always Never
Heather,
made that joke.
No, just earlier, and I go, Heather, can we like not say that anymore?
I'm blindly showed up for this one who's been horrible to me, and I'm just
You
like,
don't have to keep saying that.
well, you know what? It's true. And so Jen's been horrible to me, and I show up.
It hurts me every time you say that because I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, that's
can
how
I ask you a
process
question?
humor.
Jen?
I didn't know that hurt you,
They're
I'm sorry.
they're in a Sprinter van that is swarmed by Homeland Security and the FBI. Wouldn't it be natural for them to question this and look
Absolutely.
into it and speculate about it?
It is, yep, it's absolutely normal.
It's human
to
nature.
Think, absolutely.
Yeah.
But to sit there and then go beyond it, and when I'm at my lowest, bring up other that's not true? No, that's not normal.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. Well, first of all, Lisa, after the arrest, it seemed like you were immediately trying to distance yourself
No, I was
from
not.
Jen.
Yes,
no, I
you
was not.
were.
No, I'm going to speak for myself. You don't
I
get to
speak for you
me.
because you speak for
No,
everyone
no, no.
else.
I do not speak
Yes,
for
you
everyone
do.
else. Okay, I'm going to answer the question.
No,
and I...
be quiet.
No, I'm not gonna be
speak for
quiet.
You did.
No, I did not. I
Yes,
called...
you did.
Don't.
You called all your lawyers.
Can you tell me what's going on? Would Homeland Security show up for that? I mean, like, I'm like literally shook. Is something bigger happening? Should I be stressed? I'm physically shaking.
I called 6 lawyers because there was no information. I called them and asked them, is there anything on the docket?
Like the docket, like some legal
That is a smart response. And I...
What was your reaction to her calling the lawyers?
Any
she's
claim
guilty of
against you is
something.
on the docket.
I don't know what the docket is, but
Google it before you judge.
You Google it.
You know what the docket is, and I've explained this to you. So don't
Bitch,
go
don't
hard
talk
on me
to me
right
about
now.
f***ing docket. I know what it
bitch.
is.
Yeah, then you should understand, and you shouldn't be going this
What are
hard.
you even talking
Don't
about,
call me
docket?
bitch. Don't call me bitch.
Bitch.
Does that make you feel good?
Jen?
It
that
does
make you
because
feel
you're a
good?
bitch to everyone else up
Oh
here.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Just pile on.
I can yell just as loud as you. I can poke just as far as you. I can do this just as much as you.
Okay,
We
I
keep
see
going
what you're
all day
doing
long.
here. I see what you're
Oh,
doing
what are you
here.
do-
I
what
see
am I
what you're doing
doing?
here. Turning the narrative.
Oh my gosh.
So the